Good afternoon, everyone. This is Gretchen Laporte from Wonderfully Made Crafts here, and I just wanted to give you a quick tutorial or a showing of another one of the junk journals I finished about a month ago, maybe a little less. This is not by any means one of my first few journals, but however, it is only my second video. So I just wanted to give you a quick flip through and see what you think of it. The front is, the whole journal is actually made out of an old book. The title of this one happened to be Man the Unknown. The back I pretty much left alone, or did leave alone, and the front is a very kind of a collage-y type look, decoupage. I hand stamped a bunch of these feathers from a stamp set I owned, have owned for quite a long time, on white tissue paper. And then what I did is I, again, decoupage, Mod Podge them. I hand tore them all, and put them onto the cover. And then after that I had some Pearl-Ex because it was so white, it didn't really blend very well, and I didn't like the way the composition flowed, so I put a little bit of gold Pearl-Ex over the top of all those. You can also see that I've used some very old music paper, sheet music. I hand dyed this rose here, ribbon rose, and then I stuck another one there, and these are real feathers that I got from the craft store. Didn't go plucking them out of the field, but I guess I could have because they probably did. And then a little leaf charm and another little dewdrop crystal-y type charm there. See if I can zoom for you. All right, I cut out a Tim Holtz image from one of his papers and used some old other paper. Got some brads here. The side closure is has been done before. Sorry, I don't have the names of whoever did it first, but it's just two little clips, and I added a couple charms. You see the little flower one, and you got a little butterfly right there. So what's neat about these is sometimes I'll get going along and I'll forget to put the ribbons. I'll forget to sandwich a ribbon between the cover and the first page. And then I'm like, great, how am I going to close it? And I mean, there's a lot of other things you can do, but that's just a great, way to quickly put a closure on. And if people don't like it, they can take it right off. First page, again, we have a pocket tuck spot up here from ephemera, and some currency ephemera, and a little postage stamp image of an owl, which is fitting because this happens to be about owls and woodsiness. And I did another stamped feather, okay, just kind of to tie it all in. Next page we have a nice pocket out of some pretty scrapbook paper, and again I used Tim Holtz piece. Okay, little mushrooms, again, Jibidneri, I hope I'm saying your name correct, sorry. I've seen a couple of videos of hers in the past, and she had the cute idea of all these little mushrooms, just kind of tucking them here and there on the page, and I thought that works wonderfully, so thank you for that cute idea. This would be some vellum, because it's a little thicker. I was going to say tracing paper, but vellum. You could use tracing paper or wax paper. It gives it some texture. It's coffee dyed, and just a little bit of manipulated ribbon here. We got a charm of a lock. The next page, this is an old printout of from an old flower book. Okay, they're talking about sunflowers here. And I made that a tuck spot right behind the page. Left this side open, made it a tuck spot. Some hand stamping going on. Stitched on some pretty ribbon that's been coffee dyed. Again, some mushrooms, and this is a fern stamp. And a lot of times I've showed this in my first video, and other people have done it as well. You can lay down lace, and while you're spritzing, doing your dye, I very often just work from a spritzer bottle, spray bottle full of coffee. Strong coffee, depending on how dark you want your dye, your papers to look. And then once you pull that up, you have, voila, you have the image of your lace. Sometimes it comes out clearer than others. This would be tracing paper that I ran through and printed that image. Okay, next paper, some like accounting paper. this little charm right here. Rose charm, so to speak. More of the notebook, or I keep saying notebook, the music sheets. Well, then these are the actual ones, so they're very old. And went ahead and stamped some more feathers on those. Image from the Owl and the Pussycat. Okay, so that's a, and then you can also tuck something behind this lace here. Another Tim Holtz piece from one of his collections. A little card, some more feather stamping. This would be a dictionary page, old dictionary, coffee stained. And I was able to find a botanical book, which took me forever, but I really didn't distress this one too much. I just kind of tore off a little bit of the page to give it a little more, a little old, you know, worn type feel, and stamped the ferns on that. More mushrooms, and I like this because same thing, instead of putting lace down before I spritzed my coffee distress mixture on there, again, it's not a mixture, it's just coffee, guys, instant coffee in a spritz bottle. I put a tag down, so that's kind of neat because you can journal this way or journal this way, or just put a word here. Kind of neat. Okay. Over here we have a background stamp that I used for some words, and just kind of created this little collage type look with the feathers around. And, I'm sorry, up here, little tag. More of the other side, or the other layer, I should say, of the customer order form. Okay, and what's neat over here, again, put a old doily down and sprayed my coffee. And there is a really cool tree stamp. Oh, we got another charm over here. Sorry, I'm going to switch hands. Sorry for the jiggliness. I still don't have some sort of a little arm thingy to hold my camera. And I know that stinks because it doesn't look as nice, but I think hopefully you'll get the idea. More stamped pages. This happens to be a really old original book. Kind of like a mini encyclopedia, and this happened to be the page talking about birds. I had to reinforce it because it's you'll notice if you work with a lot of old books, sometimes they're just are so dry and they just crack really easily. So besides stitching, I reinforced that, and that's also the center of my first signature. So that's why you see that twine going down the middle. Okay. Tuck spot with a little printout of some eggs. This is just, I put some of this really crazy textured ribbon behind 3 punches that I did of butterflies, and then kind of attached that, so I just kind of created a collage pocket, so to speak. More stamping of eggs, stamping, cute little tree. Found that one at AC Moore. Pardon my nails. My daughter got married a few weeks ago, and I've never had gel polish on, guys, before, and it's growing out. So yeah, I'm sorry. I've always said, oh, why didn't that person do their nails or do something to their hands before they did a video? But hopefully you artists won't care and are just focusing on what I did. A little corner tuck spot with some fibers sewn at the bottom. And another. This one happens to have some sheeniness to it. Gold embossing, sort of. I didn't do that. The paper just came like that. Okay. Yes. More stamping. More of the lace. This one came out cool. And again, I try to keep with a couple of the same stamps. I mean, you can use as many different stamps as you want, but I like the repetition, and it kind of, I don't know, it's just me, I guess. But this one looks like a big cloud, stormy cloud over the top of it, the way the coffee came out. And then this is the other page of that fold out from the old flower book. And again, remember the other one talked about sunflowers, so this was the photograph that was on the opposite side of that. Again, I made that into a little tuck spot. This isn't the heaviest of paper, so I did go ahead and put some gel medium over it. And I actually coffee dyed too. You can see, kind of cool the way that turned out, puddled up and stuff. Just to kind of reinforce it, I'll do that. I'll put some, I don't have one of them, I'm trying to think of the name of it, Mod Podge or something over it that dries clear. But it almost looks like makes it look like a canvas or a photograph. And it just gives it that extra protection. Here's just some vellum from Tim Holtz, and I did this again, little pocket here. Another little pocket. This is some thicker paper. Again, this is from one of the Tim Holtz. His neat paper packs. This would be another vellum from him. And again, you just got to fold out for journaling. Okay. Any minute now, my husband's going to be walking through the door, so you may see him like, hello, hello, because I'll be trying to ignore him to get this finished. Best laid plans, right? I know you feel me. Some more cool stamping. Mushrooms. Cute little tuck. I love this type of paper. Again, that's just Tim Holtz images. A lot of images I found from Pinterest that are free. Rubber stamp set. I love these little book corner ones. Another image. I thought this image was pretty cool. With the moths and the owls and the girl. Another piece of music sheet paper, and this is just a bag I found. I believe it came from Stampin' Up! Again, I've been a demonstrator for over 20 years on and off. This is not a Stampin' Up! Stamp, but I got a little garden from a friend. It reminds me of a garden wrought iron fence is what I'm trying to say. And I used like a green sparkly embossing powder. And a friend had given me that, so I don't know where it's from. Again, another doily, some feathers. Just love the way that composition came out. Again, you just place it down, like I said, spritz, give it a few minutes, lift it up, and it dries like that. So nice. So I mostly stuck to brown and green stamped ink when I was using my stamped things, just to kind of keep it not, too crazy. I wanted to keep it looking very naturally-like. Another image of an owl. Okay, I think I hear him. Get ready for this. And then I took some music sheet paper and made pockets out of it. And I've seen this done, so that's not my idea, but I tried it. Washi tape. Another pocket. Hello, doing a video. And that stamp again. And I love these different little lacy type punches. Vellum flip out. Little bee stamps. Again, we're getting to the end. This is just another one of those bags. So you can tuck something in. This would be a tuck spot. And I have a little piece of laces, a tab up here. And you can see that tag trick again by laying it down and spraying over it. And the last little pocket with Tim Holtz paper and an image that you can journal on. And this becomes a pocket here, and then I actually have like a hidden pocket here because it blends, almost blends in. Stripes aren't quite lined up, but I didn't want to waste the paper, so we did that. And here's the last back side of the inside cover. Probably will put some sort of a vellum envelope or something in here, and maybe another image just so I don't waste the space, and you have another tuck spot, something to hold some other little pieces if you'd like. Alright, And thank you so much for watching. Bear with me as I get better at doing this, but I just wanted to show it before it's sold. I don't have an Etsy at the moment. You can find me on Facebook under Gretchen Leport, L-E-P-O-R-T, or Wonderfully Made. On Facebook, I have a Wonderfully Made page for my crafts and whatnot. Well, thanks again, and thank you to all the artists who share their awesome talent and ideas. Have a wonderful weekend.